Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder. Real talk. Yes, the number one grinder, real talk. We doing I haven't done this in a while. Morning real talk, part 20, open panel. That means ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about things that encourage or anything you go through. This is the time to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome y'all to come to the panel. All right. Morning Real Talk, part 20, open panel. We're going to get this going after this intro.
But y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Check this out. Perfect.
Champion, the way of the warrior, champion eyes, get back up, my spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over with my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there, and I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah, that I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people is going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. To make me a little cappuccino here. This is. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. To make me. I'm sorry. Hey, good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, press 1. If you can hear me now, press 1. Okay. Again, this is Morning Real Talk, part 20, open panel. Men or women could join the panel. The link is in the chat. Y'all come on. But the one thing that is not being tolerated is drum. I ain't dealing with no drum. Hold on, fam. Let me see. So let me read this first. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still be winners. That's the real. You understand? Be winners. The righteous one, we are winners. We got to understand that. So again, this is Morning Real Talk, part 20, open panel. And I want to talk about some things, y'all. Just want to talk about some things. Yeah, what's going on? There are some states that giving out stimulus money. Some states, including stimulus for children, and also for families too. You know, there are people saying that I don't need the government. I don't want this and that. But you take the money, right? You gonna do whatever you can to help the family, right? To help yourself, right? Also, I hear in this space that people don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in relationship. If that's what you choose to do, don't worry about them. That the ones that are pursuing want to be happy. So my man and woman. Like for me, I'm single. But I would like to have a fruitful relationship in the future. Would have women treat me bad in the past? Yeah. But I don't let it define who I am. That's their loss, not mine. Same thing as men. Men treat women bad. Don't let it define you, woman. Don't. That's why I am what I am. Oh yeah, if anybody that knows my other channel, The Underrated Darkness, please come to sub to this channel. Yeah, please come to sub to this channel. So hold on for 1 second, please. Shout out to Sheila the Quiet Storm. Sorry for continue for your loss. Yeah, so people come in. Let's conversate. Let's conversate. Because I know in the morning people want to get a whole lot out. And this is the channel. Besides Underrated Dark, you can do that. Let's find a solution. Okay, Sheila. I'll hit you up later. I feel it's very important to listen to the ones that wants to help, that wants to be there, and wants to be winners. No? There's nothing wrong with that. Armin Brown. Okay. Welcome, Armin Brown. Thank you. This is the morning real talk, part 20. They said it looks familiar. This is from my other channel, the Underrated Darkness. People know me as Underrated Dark. That's my other channel. This is my secondary channel. So the ones of the Underrated Darkness, you hear me right now, that part of the family, come and sub to this channel. Don't worry, the Underrated Dark channel will be back soon. Don't take a little time, but it will be back soon. So that's my original channel. The Underrated Darkness. But subscribe to the secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. Yes, the number one grinder, Real Talk. Good morning to you, Armin Brown. Glad that you're here listening. Very much appreciate it. Even Sheila. I just want to thank them. Let me say this. I want to thank the women that recently subscribed to my channel, to this channel. I want to thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Trust me, I don't take y'all for granted. In the near future, let's have these discussions. No? To be together again. To find solutions. No? And I'm with it. I'm with it, I think it's very important. Oh boy. Oh, why does they always come? Okay, let me see something. Okay, there you go. So I welcome anybody that comes in the panel. The link is in the chat. Y'all can come. Y'all can come. Usually, when I invite a person to the panel, I have their email and I do it like that. But it's a exception to the rule today. I'll put the link in the chat. It's already in the chat. So anybody that see it, you can hit the link and let's talk. Because thank you, Bonnie Rose. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. So this is the most vulnerable time of the year. We approaching holiday season, especially you got Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. See, we're here. Thanks for coming. Very powerful live stream you did. Very powerful live stream. Keep the good work. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. There anybody that wants to get on the panel. All right. And this is the most vulnerable time. It really is. A lot lost ones and they don't have nobody to talk to. Cooking with CER. What's good? No, Sheila, you got to go. Sheila, go to the top. It's in the chat. If not, if you can go that far, no problem. I put in the chat again. I know. Sometimes they don't let you go far, but it's in the chat. Hold on, I got you covered. You know, so I urge people that take advantage. You know, hold on, I got you. Now I know what you're saying, Sheila, but I'm saying it's in the chat. It's at the top. But I'm put in there. No problems. There it is. Anybody that wants to get on, it's ladies and gentlemen. Anybody can get on the panel. There goes a link right there. There it is. Oh, right. Anybody that wants to get. Go get on. Anybody want to get on the panel? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk. But get back what I'm saying. It's the most vulnerable time. You know, I'm good. I think throughout the I don't celebrate holidays, but what I'm gonna do, okay, what I want to do, at times like throughout the week, throughout the holidays, I'm gonna have usually I do morning real talks on the weekend, like sometimes Friday, but mostly on Saturday morning. But I'm gonna I'm gonna push it out there probably throughout the week sometimes. In case anybody needs somebody to talk to, I'm here. Very important. But I hope everybody's doing okay. Again, thanks Armin Brown Onam, the listen, and Sheila. See we here. You say you'll be up in a minute. Brother CER. Glad you're here. Sister, the beautiful Bonnie Rose. Glad you're here. Let's go. There it is.
Good morning, Unrated.
Good morning, sis. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there.
Yesterday you said about Granny. Somebody else passed away in your
family? Yeah, my best friend I grew up with. And then Darren on YouTube passed away too. And Darren. Yeah, he used to be with Mr. Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he passed away. And that was my only way for me to, know what's going on with Mr. Black family stuff. And then he passed away. So I'm like, wow.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just for now, I'm just chilling. I'm be doing uploads or whatever. I ain't gonna be on the YouTube streets like that or whatever. I'm just gonna, pick and choose where I be at.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Because what I find, I take a lot of stuff for heart, and I see myself really. So
Yeah.
You know, they say you don't catch feelings on these streets, but you do. When you see people in the clouds talking about you and addressing you, whatever, and then when you go off, people don't really know what's going on, but you know what's going on. So what I had to do, I had to just step back, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And sometimes, and let me say this too. Sometimes there are some people that jump the gun. I said you got to know situation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I learned this from my late parents that if you have a person keep on talking, keep on telling another person about you all the time, all the time, that means something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
Something wrong with them. And so I see so my stance is like, okay, you know, so that's why I like you know.
But hold on 1 minute.
Okay, mute your mic. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But like again, it's vulnerable. So, like I said, I'll be doing this hopefully a little more, do it that so people can talk. So I'm just saying, but I put it out there. Want y'all to come to the panel. I mean, want you to come take advantage. Take advantage. Also, I want people to engage what we talk about too in the future too. Engage what we talk about. Because sometimes things be happening when two people engage. When you have some people engaged in the chat and they not pay attention what's going on, because sometimes you can miss out some juice. You can miss out some great information that you need. Arthur Williams, what's good? If you want to get on the panel, brother, the link is in the chat. You can get on. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Arthur Williams Jr., what's good? Peace to you and your family. Peace to everybody in the chat and your families. Hey, on the panel. Peace to y'all. Hope y'all had a great hope you have a great morning so far. This is a morning real talk part 20. Morning real talk part 20. And so you just what you do. So yeah, so but pray for the ones that had suffered losses, source of loved ones and friends in their life. Please pray for them. Okay, there you go. That had suffered losses, source of loved ones. Yeah. Mute your YouTube, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, how you feel, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Sheila? How you doing, number one grinder, JT?
What's good, man?
Oh man, what's been going on? What's the chat about this AM?
Nah, we just gonna chat about everything, man. You know,
okay.
as long as not no drama, you know.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm sorry. Good morning.
Come on.
Yeah. How you doing, Lowe's girl? Right.
I'm hanging in there.
Okay.
Well, like I was saying, Sheila, and I'm glad you did, brother. I'm saying, like, usually Sheila knows that I usually do these morning real talks. We will do usually on Saturdays and stuff. But I see that people have suffered losses. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take upon myself, offer myself to have these morning real talks throughout the holidays, sometimes throughout the week. Like I said, not every day of the week, but I pick a certain day so people could go and just get, to talk,
Mm-hmm.
And so people can get it out instead of the whole things in and stuff. I mean, for me, it's gonna help me too, so.
Ooh. What you think about you had to go? I thought you had left because I was like, I hope he ain't just leave because of something somebody said.
No. The calls be coming in, man. I gotta take.
Oh.
Calls I gotta take. Yeah, calls that I gotta take, man. So yeah, it's not that at all.
Cool. Okay. I just did recent video about the statistics and found some interesting things about because everybody, the black men that I was seeing, not just online, this was online. I thought it was funny how they didn't appreciate the movie Stepdad. Like Disney, the Disney movie Stepdad. Did you see that preview yet?
I'm not even touching that. I'm not touching that.
Okay, I'll leave it alone then.
I'll touch it because I mean, like people had I'm not touching it.
Well, I'll just say real quick, not touching it. I don't overall. I don't think it's a bad thing that they did that. I just got to see the movie, so I just want to laugh at it. It's just funny to me. That's all. I just thought it was funny.
I haven't seen it yet. Since you mentioned it, I'll look at it. And that's and that's what it's all about. We all have different point of views, and some guys do like the movie Stepdad, and some don't, So like some people like vanilla ice cream, and some don't like chocolate, and that's the problem I find here on YouTube. That we always misjudge people because the clicks they hang with and what's popular, what's not popular, stuff like that. And that's why I said I really had to step back.
Step out, yeah.
Yeah, because I really had to step back because I know my mouth and I know how to get. So yeah. And we at grown people, I feel like this. If you have anything to say to me or whatever, say it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can put you at a character. I could put you at a character because a character is a character, and the true you're gonna show. Well, some people will call it drama or whatever, but then you see how that person really is. Like I said, give a person a time. You tell them how they really is, and like a lot of people don't like honest and true people and how they are. So that's why I don't hang with crowds. I be by myself. But at the end of the day, it's underrated. This is a good thing you're doing. And being positive on YouTube streets is not going to be popular because they're all about dramas, likes, and views.
Yeah. You absolutely right about that. Yeah. I could tell you one thing, Sheila. You know what I'm saying? Even Brother Thorwins. Let me put a title. I got beef with Sheila E. She ain't about that work. Thorwin Jr., he ain't about that work. That title alone, I'm just saying. I'm not even started the live. I guarantee you I have about 20, 30. Am I right? Before I start, am I right?
That's true.
You true, because that's what my channel was going to a beef sector. Because I try to, have peace and then I'm like, you know what? And in the day, as you see yourself, you gotta let people know that look, I'm from the projects. Even though I'm not there no more, I've been there, done that. Don't try and take my kindness for weakness, And people will take you there, and they gotta see that part.
Yeah. Okay, let me pronounce it. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. The Underrated Doctors will be back. So hear me on this. Anybody that listens to me that subscribe to my channel, the Underrated Doctors. Go and subscribe to this channel too. The Underrated Doctors channel will be back soon. But the near time, right now, please subscribe to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. I will bring some stuff from that channel and implement here, but not a lot. No, I'm not. So just pass the word out. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel too. Yeah, like I was Sheila, like I was talking and Brother Arthur Williams, I was checking out the news. There are actually states are giving out stimulus money, not just for the kids, but for the family.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that's doing that, If they in I know in Virginia, I'm in the Commonwealth, and they ain't gonna they ain't gonna do it. Only unless if the federal twist their arm, but I think it's a good thing. Or like I was saying before, that there are some people say I don't need the government, don't do that, man. So you ain't gonna take that money to help your family,
right?
I think that's a beautiful thing they're doing because a lot of people always talk about single mother, but there's single fathers too. And like I said, at the end of the day is it's no middle class no more. We in no class now. The economy has changed. So in the day, what little help you getting, that's really your money they giving you back anyway. The taxes they took out of your paycheck anyway. So it's not giving you a handout. And I think that's a beautiful thing. They are helping the families who need help. You know, like up here, upstate New York, people who own their own homes. We have grants for helping them get new doors and windows, and, appliances and stuff like that. And like I said, the end of the day is the economy. A lot of people are struggling now. They are. A lot of nurses quit their job, doctors retired. So like I said, that's a beautiful thing. And I always try to look at the good in every negative situation. I don't think that's negative. And a lot of people say, oh, that's for a lot of single mothers. No, y'all forget about the single dads too.
Right.
And the ones divorcees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
do you know Sheila or brother, you know how that goes for the people that can get it so I can share it? Or do you know like a website or any names or anything to it?
Up here, upstate New York, you gotta go on the city hall, planning and development, and they take care of that. So wherever state you in, go to your planning and development. A lot of people don't know this. This is within your city hall. Every city hall have a plan of development, and they get grants. That's the one they get grants. Grants is considered free money that you don't have to pay back. And
right.
That's for people who back up on their rent, utilities, homeowners for your windows, appliances, stuff like that. Help your sidewalks, your driveway, and just seeing your state what's going on. Just seeing your state what's going on. Look up in your
Buffalo. I'm in Buffalo, New York. So yeah.
Okay, so Buffalo, New York, they got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in Buffalo, New York. I mean, because I'm on a lot of boards, and Buffalo get a lot of stuff up there. And matter of fact, y'all get more here. I'm in Hudson Valley. I'm by Beacon, by the Hudson River, the bridge. So Buffalo, y'all get more because y'all get flooded, the snow and all that. So look into your city hall up there in Buffalo, New York. And remember, Albany is the capital. So if you're not finding nothing there, always go to Albany, New York, and then push in Buffalo, New York, and they will let you know everything you need to know about what's going on in your city, your town, where you live at.
Okay, thanks. Yep, I'll be going in that library having all. I didn't know about that. What's going on now? I also try to keep up because I like to share it. When you're single and you make a certain amount of money, it's harder, and I don't know why. And I don't even get into it. So I say whatever it is. Like they have pantries. Like you go to the pantry, I was like, I sure do. I don't know why you don't. I can give the stuff away to people, whatever I don't need. And the way the world going, you better get them non-perishable foods and just keep them in there for a while. I'm glad you said that because I was considered in the middle class bracket. I couldn't get nothing. Me and my husband couldn't get nothing, and I was always advocating for people. And we had to come up with programs for our kids that we pay something, but not so much. Our kids, why they can't go to different programs and stuff because we don't live in a city, and we noticed a lot. The inner city get more. If you look at it. Look at the statistics. Even when it comes to fun and everything, you look at an inner city than a town, they always have more for the kids in the inner city than the town. And there was a lot of people. There wasn't black complain about that. So that's when I had came up with different programs for middle class people.
Yo, people in the chat, engage in the conversation. If you don't want to join the panel, that's on you, but let's engage. What we talk about. That's the only way we're gonna get things done. That's the only way we find solutions. Engage. I don't want this channel to be like a drop off that you want to find out something about another content creator, and then you want to leave. It goes from man or woman. I'm gonna put it out there because this has been happening on my other channel, Underrated Darkness, quite a few times, and you know who you are, and I'm tired of it. You're gonna participate in the panel. You're gonna participate in it or you're not. This ain't no drop off channel. I be seeing a lot of things. I don't be saying nothing, but I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. This channel is about information. My channel is about diverse and everything. And put some respect on that. Tired
I'll
of y'all.
ask you a question, underrated. What you mean by a drop off? Now I never heard. You know, I'm still new to YouTube streets. What you mean by drop off?
I mean the drop off. I mean that there's people. I use your channel as an example. You probably have somebody that conversating, right? They not conversating what you talk about on the panel. They just go and get certain information of another content creator in the chat, but they don't want to engage, and then they leave or they want to stay there.
Oh, okay. See, you learn something every day. Thank
the
you.
The brother know what I'm talking about. And I'm tired seeing it.
That's true. Like for me, I try to do it, and I appreciate when you share my video or come other people like Sheila let me come on her panel, just to spread the word out. People, it seems as like I do things about statistics or information and different things, but I guess when you talk about certain other things, like if they start asking me about relationships, and then they say, "Why are you hating black women?" I'm like, you can't ask me something and then don't even be hate. It's just me responding to them. And I say, well, I don't want to go there with you. Then next thing you know, somebody invite me to their panel and that's what it's about. And I say, all right, I'm out, because it seemed like you said, it's drama. I don't do the drama or the clicks and stuff because I don't know about no sector. I didn't know there were sectors until I want to say the summertime this year. So that's new to me. But you're right, brother. People, as long as we help each other and have their input, that make a lot of channels better. Like some people just say, this is just online. I said, no, a lot of young dudes be watching.
It's the way how you go about it. That's what I'm saying. There's a
lot of young
way
dudes watch
how
that
to
channel.
go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't treat my channel no drop off. Nah. Hey, nah, I work too hard. No, you're not gonna do. They gonna do that, man. You're not gonna do that to my channel. You know, the underrated darkness channel and even this channel. No, you're not gonna do that. Nah, man, no. Because I'm gonna start calling y'all. I'm gonna start calling y'all out too. Believe that. Believe that.
And that's one thing I like about you, underrated. You keep it real, and you don't try to. You do. And like I say, I know I'm not a easy person to get along with at times, and I go from 0 to 1,000. But one thing like I said, you do. Even with your personality, your character, when people try to poke the bear, you be like, you only pay no attention to them or whatever. But like I said, if you don't never hear this from me again, you have set example for different guys on the YouTube streets. You have, and you don't just speak it, you live it. And you don't go with the crowd. You be by yourself. You do your little channel, and you support others and stuff like that. And that's the hurting thing about it, though. You see a lot of people supporting other YouTubers that have much more people in the chat and views and stuff, and they never get no support back. We never talk about that. And like I said, even though you're a small YouTuber, still you are gifted and it still works. If you just have one person listening to you in your chat, that's one person that appreciates your content. Because you had one person, who am I to say, oh, you ain't nobody, you ain't got nobody in your chat, you ain't a big YouTuber. We need to stop getting caught up in the likes and the views and being popular on YouTube. Because the end of the day is, when everything go down, ain't nobody got your back but God.
Yo, it's not complaining to. I'm just stating what it is. I've been in space. I've been in space for a minute. I can say that I actually people have respect me. You know what I'm saying? Just a few. And I can tell you, I see things. I see a lot of things. I just don't say nothing about it. I be in the clouds too. And I'm just saying like this though. Come on, man. I mean, you got, you know, you don't know what the next person go through, man. You just do not know.
Mm-hmm.
You just do not know, man. Just take the time, man. I'm not. You listen. Let me say, I got enough drama in my life outside of space.
Right.
I got enough.
Me too.
I don't need. You know, so people. I'm not. I don't want no addition. No, I really don't. And so people can take it all they want. Nah, man. Nah. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Just go. Matter of fact, go. Yo, yeah, man. Yo, Ice Turner, man. The link is in the chat, man. Link is in the chat. You want to get on, man. Link is in the chat. Go and get it. You can get on, man.
He's another one. I got a good channel. I mean, a lot of y'all got good channels, and I'm like, God, you see a lot of people over more at the drama, but not really the people who have that good information, stuff like that. But like I said, I have a lot of sponsors I had turned down.
That's beautiful, yeah.
And I'm go back. I'm going back to the sponsors, and I'm gonna change my channel around. Like one of my sponsors is my niece. She make natural products and stuff for natural hair and stuff like that. So I'm gonna interview her, and you know I love my furs and stuff, underrated.
Sheila got Sheila's got some nice furs, man. Yo, Sheila, man, she's supposed to give me some information about man's fur, man. What's up with that?
Okay, all right. So I've been getting a lot of, you know, what's going on, whatever. So my channel it was like they put me in the beef sector. So I had to get out that sector and just do positive stuff.
How the hell they put you in the B sector?
Because although they do my highest videos over 1K, and a lot of that was a lot of, you know, disagreements and yelling and fighting and stuff. So
really?
I had, yeah. So YouTube let me know you're doing good, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta step back because meanwhile, I'm interviewing my chief police, and they don't look good on my channel and stuff, you know, political and stuff like that. But they know who I am anyway. And like this says, Sheila, you can handle that where most a lot of people can't. Like, but he was getting a kick out of it. He was like, no, I don't think I say. He said, I don't think it's like people just y'all had disagreement, and police officers did know different stuff.
Yo, it's funny though. It's funny though, Sheila. I meant to talk to you about that because that is my channel on the radar. I still have it. I just got to put a passport to. But like on the other radar, they never sent me no reviews like that. I never got it.
No,
you don't get reviews in your email.
Yeah, YouTube will give you email you.
They don't do. I don't get that. That's what I'm saying.
And they tell you how your channel's doing or whatever. And then what you do is they're not gonna actually tell you, but they tell you what's the popular video, and that's just common sense.
Well, they don't do mine. I never got the reviews of mine. So
every month they let me know how my channel doing.
Oh, okay. I never got
it's
that.
a thing. I'll show you. I'm gonna have to play with it, Underrated Darkness, and I'm gonna send it to you. Because it's a thing you can check for yourself there.
Okay, because I never got. Well, we got to think of one thing too. Before I introduce my brother Ice Turner, you got to understand too. I'm diverse. I got different stuff, so they probably cannot put me in a certain category too. So I got to understand that too. I got to understand that too. Ice Turner in the building.
What up, though? What's going on?
He's in the building.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Beautiful young lady, Sheila. How's life?
You capping, man. You sipping, man. I'm just messing with you. Yo, they said, yo, man, Bro Grunt started beef. No, I'm not, man. Come on, man. Yo, man, come on. You gotta laugh sometimes with these fools, man.
Absolutely.
Sheila. Yeah, Sheila is beautiful, man. Oh my goodness, man. What's wrong, man? Oh my goodness, man. Yo. Oh yeah, let me tell you this. Sheila and Arthur Williams and thanks for saying comments on my video on my lives of this past Saturday. I very much appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much, man. That's part of what I do.
Indeed. I try to, show as much support as I can you know, with the time that I have, you know, because you know, in this space, you know, people like to put like lids on certain people's you know, channels and stuff like that, and you know, and they forgot that's how they got on. It's through networking and through getting promoted by other channels, bigger channels or whatever like that, you know. But it just shows, it tells you a lot about the person's character, you know, at the end of the day. But, you know, as you said, man, the grind don't stop.
That's right. My grind never stops. You see, when Underrated Dark Channel wasn't working temporarily, what I did. Boop, boop. My shit don't stop, man. I tell you, nobody don't grind like me, man. I keep on telling y'all fools. My grind nobody don't grind like me. It doesn't mean I'm conceited. I know what I'm made of, yo. So let me introduce you, Brother She. We here. Unmute your mic, please. Welcome to my secondary channel, the #1 grinder, Real Talk.
Hey, we can all agree you might be a little bit conceited, a little bit. What's going on, Underrated?
You know, yo, bro, I got your number. I know how to use your tools on you, nigga.
What's going on, man? How you doing? What's going on to everybody in the chat too?
I'm gonna tell you,
brother.
Good morning, G.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but before you continue, brother, shit, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've been going through my little thing lately, thinking about my second oldest brother and other things, and the family. See, they don't want to be bothered, so I go through a thing. That's why I don't put out certain things that I've used to do. But I'm just letting you know, I'm not even talking about y'all. I am a human being too. Okay, I do have a life outside YouTube. Okay, I do things in the community. I handle my biz. You know what I mean? But I just want to let you know the ones who've been supporting me at the Underrated Dark. Let me say it before I throw it back and sheet. Anybody that's subscribed to my original channel, Underrated Dark, if you hear me right now, please go subscribe to my secondary channel, the #1 grinder, Real Talk. I will implement some of the stuff from the Underrated Darkness channel to this channel. It's not going to be a lot. When I bring back the Underrated Darkness, it's still not going to stop. Of this channel, I'm just going to do certain things on here and stuff, but don't worry about that. I got you covered. So tell people that the ones that subscribe to my original channel, Underrated Darkness, tell them to subscribe to this channel. Let's build this up too. I want this to be built up too and stuff. And then also too, if you want to put some finance on it, that'd be greatly appreciated. It's on here. My email. Boop, boop. My cash app is $JT 53000 or paypal.me/all in cash JT Black 53. So if you want to donate, that'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, go ahead, Brother She. Sorry about that.
Hold on, before I'm just gonna jump down, let y'all brothers talk, just out of respect.
No,
no, cause go ahead. I just see,
Sheila's open panel. Sheila, stop. Don't.
No, go ahead. I'll be in the chat.
But this not a man's. Just we talking open panel. This is men and women.
Okay, go ahead.
Stay, man. Hey, sometimes we want some beauty in the thing. I don't want to be around men all the doggone time. I know us men don't want to be around either. Go ahead, Brother She.
Yeah, I didn't really hit the topic because I was actually on the phone, so just open.
Yeah, it's open.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a good live last night. Yeah, I had opened up the panel for people to come on, and I was chopping up with some people talking, and my thing is dealing with the finance, but it's not the one all be all, but just trying to get people open to making money and providing for themselves is basically my key. It's, of course, we're gonna have these topics of the gender war and all this, the men and women, but I try to lessen that to the point that you still need money and planning for your future, because if everybody's more or less focused on the the effery and nobody's not focused on trying to get to the money, or at least put yourself in a better position, because out of all this stuff we talk about and have funds and get these topics, we're steady getting older, and if we're not planning that's gonna be our downfall. You know, the
Yeah.
last generation wasn't teaching a lot of the millennials as much, and now with us coming in teaching the Z's and then what is the alphas up next? I mean, or whatever the next generation, and I don't even stay up on my stuff, but basically it's gonna be crazy. Like, what are they gonna have to grow off of? I mean, to be honest, everything is online now, so a lot of parents are just directing their kids to that. But still, it's like
Mhm.
you got to have some type of input in raising your child. You're gonna have the ones that are actually going out here being productive, or the ones that's doing maximum sentences because no guidance.
Yeah, but me and Brother She, we did a chop. I chop. Brother She came to this channel and we chop it up, and we did talking about finance. I want you to go check that out. We talk about men, we talk about family, but we did talking about finances, money, and then also I did talk to Brother She, and he agreed that. We gonna talk more about that as men. When I bring back the men's panel, we gotta talk about money. We gotta talk about finance. We gotta talk about health insurance. Also, we gotta talk about people's on disability in our community. How did that fit in? We gotta talk about stuff like that. I'm gonna start it off talk about that too more. I did talk about it on the Really Dark channel. I did talk about that, but I'm going to talk about that more because I think that is the thing too. What about certain health insurance that you have? What's the premium with it? What's the goodies that they giving out? Because I'm just letting you know, as a man, it's much more harder to get health insurance for that fit your criteria, fit your budget, or even whatever it is than the woman. And I'm being honest. I know what I'm talking about. I do my due diligence. I've been shopping, and also especially the ones on disability, it's harder. So, and then also you got to understand this too that you got you got the pharmaceutical company. They making money off. This is the time they really making money and stuff like that. So we gonna talk more about that, and we gotta educate each other on this too. And all this deals with money, what Brother Sheet is really talk about, especially like if you have kids, right? You have kids, you want the kids to be insured too. Well, what's the premium of that? Is it free dental or is it half co-payment or co-payment? Because some of them health insurance they go by the demographics where you at too. They don't supposed to do it, but they do it. I'm telling you. They doing it, not just in Virginia, but around the country. So also they go by race. They go by gender. Yes, they do. And so we got to talk about issues like that. And I wanted to talk about it with the man. And when we gonna really gonna break things down. We're gonna implement. We're gonna try to talk about things. So whatever I learn, I'm gonna get to y'all. So watch out for that and everything. Anybody could touch on that right now if you want.
I just want to say something that excuse me, that's why I took a state job coming straight out of high school, going right to a state job, because we had good benefits, good life insurance policy, insurance for your body, insurance if anything happens. So the end of the day is, like I always say, the federal and the state jobs always have good insurance policy. And a lot of people don't know that. That's why the Generation X and the boomers, that's why they was taking the state job for the benefits.
Uh-huh.
And as I retire, and I'm telling you, I still got good benefits. And I see a lot of people now, they would rather take the pay instead of the benefits. But you got to look at it. The benefits weigh out more than the pay, because if you know how much it costs when you're in a hospital to get surgery and stuff like that, that's a lot of money. Even having a baby. My first daughter, she was born in 88. My bill for her being in the hospital and everything, because I had like a suite and everything, that bill was $30,000. Now, when I had my second one in 97, it was $55,000. So the end of the day is a lot of people don't know that because they don't have to pay for those bills because they get Medicaid and stuff like that. So I think what she was talking about when you talk about life insurance policy, all that is excellent because what my youngest daughter did was she took her life insurance policy with money she had on it and bought her a house. We don't talk about stuff like that. And then she flipped that and got her another house. So a lot of stuff as Black people, we don't talk about generation wealth and stuff like that, money and stuff like that. I see a lot of that here on YouTube, but in real life, a lot of people don't. My family do because we tradition, but a lot of people don't talk about stuff like that. Generation wealth, life insurance policy, not just having life insurance policy on your life, but also on your body. My body parts insurance. I had a surgery on my knee, and they had to see how much my knee cost. Every time I go in the hospital, they're paying me $200.
Pay you?
Yes. Every time I go to the hospital, they're paying me $200. If something wrong with any of my body parts, I got to get surgery. They got to see how much that body part costs because I have insurance on all my body parts.
Okay. And you correct about the benefits because like me being in the military, so when people be saying stuff to me, like when they talk about being with someone and I ask the young brothers, what do you have? They say, well, I make money this way. And I say, that's it? And they say, yes. But then when I ask them the next step, so do you have insurance or where you work at? Do you have incentives, benefits? And they don't even know. They don't even know if they place have a union. I said, so you don't go down to the cafeteria to go grab one of the papers, you don't read them, you don't, but it's nobody ever told them. But like you said, in the same brothers, that's when I'll be having discussions with the guys that's like single and it always come up. But people think it's one of them groups or pills. And I've been saying, no, and I don't say nothing to them because they want to just argue that. Just like brother said, brother just try to argue with stuff. So I don't say too much after a while because it's like, you just trying to argue me. You won't even let me talk on a regular subject. Now, if I tell you this, it's like, so I'll leave it alone. But you're right. I definitely got from the military, got my VA benefits. I got my even pay for college. It's a lot of stuff that goes with that. I don't knock it. I tell them, be sure, go to the Air Force. I don't recommend, I was in the Marine Corps, but I don't recommend that. I say go to Air Force because that's where everything is at now. It's like you get paid more. When you deploy, if you re-enlist, you get paid more than if you overseas or you in Florida. It's tax-free. So imagine getting re-enlistment bonus of $10,000, then like $30,000. That's $40,000 tax-free that you don't have to give no dollar. And then our military pay is tax-free. So we didn't really pay taxes because we was already the tax. So it took out little stuff, but it seemed like whatever they took out, you didn't notice it. Because if you made $1,500 every 2 weeks, you made $1,500. So sometimes I just look at it as like they took out taxes, but where did they take it out at? So it kind of make you think like, where did that go? So we don't even know. And then we can file for taxes, even if you make, I don't know, because some people say they be making a certain amount and they got to give money back. In the military, you file for taxes and you get money back still. So I'm guessing that's where it go. I guess they do it for GP purposes. But a lot of guys don't know that. There are a lot of women that don't want to be with a guy that's like police officer, firefighter. They don't look at that. Construction workers, a lot of them have great benefits. That's more like it's like if you comparing that to status versus money, which would you rather have? Like being in the military and a guy in uniform, that's like status. You're gonna have a backup regardless. Even if he don't never do anything, all he got to do is go to his whatever his MEPS or whatever, I forget what it's called when you end the service, and just sign those paperworks, update them every year or every your master sergeant or your gunnery sergeant or your staff sergeant, whoever in charge of your shop or your unit, they're going to, hey, did you do that yet? And then they get emails from different higher ups oh, he didn't do this. And they send you, and it's an order. Then they make it an order. Make sure you do your will. Make sure if you don't clean your rifle, go clean your rifle. They be on top of all of that. And that's help. So sometimes I help you learn. And I learned in the military about credit. Like before I went in, just like you said, Sister Sheila, the guy asked me, like, you know the credit card? I said, yeah. He's like, you got one? I said, no. So he like, if you trust me, I trusted him because he worked in the same shop. We was like taking a little break because I was like a Liberian in the military. He's like, you don't got no credit. I was like, okay, what that mean? He's like, that's neither good or bad. If you don't have no credit, can't go out and get none if you want a car or you want to finance a house. And he said it's a perfect time because you're in the military. So he introduced me to that. Then he's like, let's learn about little by little, like APR. What do that mean? What do the credit score, credit rate, FICO score? And then even now I was looking at it. They're going to, in a little while, I don't know. They keep saying it, but they haven't done it yet. So I didn't see a time frame. They're not going to look at our credit score. They're going to look at our FICO score. And that's what I'll be trying to introduce. But I talk about things that I try to leave the celebrity stuff alone and get into things and try to introduce that, whether my channel big or small. And I appreciate everybody that's on the panel and that introduced me to other stuff. So I appreciate that. But you're right, brothers and sisters, that we get that information out. We changed the whole thing, the whole sector, I guess. Like I said, I didn't know there was a sector until this summer. I don't even know everybody. So then I see people roll up in the chat with the same, like call name or alias name. I'm like, what's that? And then they try to jump on you. I said, I'm just asking what the name. I have no clue who you are. Like TMHC. I was like, what is? And everybody have like that name that come in the chat and they start trolling or trying to mess up the person live. And we try to, like, I don't know who that was last time. I was like, no, we're going to ignore them because that's weird. I don't know them people. So that's like some benefits and incentives. Like, and another thing I mentioned to people is showing, I don't have children, but I don't know how important it is for, like you said, you showed your daughter about, she got the money, she flipped the house. Like some parents don't. I would say too, I don't know. Maybe this is real simple, but I think it's important. Like a lot of parents don't think about before their child leave the house. I know you pay bills, they see you do it, but you ever showed them like pull out an electric bill or a rent and say, this is how you pay it. Or it may sound silly to some people. Some people laugh and some people, so I never thought about it. So it was like, show them how to pay a bill. Because I didn't know that. I knew you paid it. I knew to pay it when I got it, but I didn't understand really the importance of it. Like when I'm paying my gas or electric. Because then I learned with my mother, she never did that. We grew up like poor, but not the poorest of the poor. Like we was poor. And she did little things. Like some people would put their child name on an electric bill. It's like, no, that's a bad thing. That's not really good. I would never do that. And my mother never did that to us. No gas, no light, no cable. Because I was even watching TV, but when I was taking criminal justice, I didn't finish. I learned a lot. I used to go to the court and just watch. I seen so many small claim court like cases because our court is like one system, but like it's a bigger court. But then I guess I don't know what's happening. It was just I was watching, not watching, but sitting through like people murder trials. I was like, the officer said, "No, you okay? You okay?" It came through that court, so I guess the person couldn't afford it. So they come through that court system, that part of the court. So I thought that was very important, that showing your children how to pay bills is important. We may not think about that, but and then why, what to pay first and how to pay it. Because sometimes some people pay bills. I see a lot of people, it's like they say they didn't pay it. And I say, well, either sometimes you pay it, you go to the rent office and you get the receipt, or you pay through money order and you make sure you still, anyway go, try to get some type of receipt, whether it's directly through the company, you got landlord or housing system or the homes if you go to the bank, they have a code and they can give you a receipt back even in the bank. Because sometimes you can pay directly to the bank. So, and I try to pay, and I showed my nephew how to do that. Even though his mother showed him, she's kind of busy. So I was like, you know that? He's like, no, she ain't showed me that one. So I showed him that. He was like, thanks. So now he got receipts. He ain't got the first 2 months. I was like, don't worry about that. But since he started at his own place, he got the last, I want to say 6 or 7 months now. So now he know, get that receipt so they can't say you didn't pay or something go wrong and it ain't show up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anybody want to get on that conversation?
No,
Yeah.
it's so funny. Oh, go ahead, she.
No, go ahead, because I'm doing some. I'll jump on right after you.
Okay.
No, I was just saying I hear people say that people be putting in bills in their kids' name and stuff. I'm like, really? And it's so funny you said that. But
Mm.
not
He
cool.
did it a lot, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I grew up Project Hub, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
They did that a lot. And I say, and
Mhm.
then you would meet people, and that's the thing we talked about when I first came in, is how they judging people on the YouTube streets. But some people started off with owing money because they accumulate over time. So I knew a lady, she owed 40,000. She didn't even know because she still got her federal aid, but then she went to go do something. I don't know, get a house or a car or finance something. She couldn't do it. I said, that's jacked up. And she couldn't, I don't know what the stipulation was. I don't know if she could sue her family member or not. She couldn't, I don't know what happened with it. I don't talk to her no. So I like, that's messed up. I would never do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know, like throughout the years, like when I was growing up, my father, my parents used to give me the money, to pay the phone bill, stuff like that. I know for fact, I know a few parents. They put their money, they put their name in it, they put their name, their kid's name in their bill, and that's how they get over. Oh, this been going on for a long time. Yeah, this even utility bill.
Yep. Yeah. That stuff ain't no joke either. They don't play about that.
Yeah. And then, but also though, if you have a child that's on disability, and
Mm-hmm.
then they know it's legit, they take some stuff off.
Wow.
They do. Yeah, yeah.
So if they owe money and they got disability, they'd take.
No, not old money. No, if they know it's a child on disability, especially like if you know, especially if they know. I said like a utility bill, like I said gas bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that child probably needs like oxygen or whatever it is that some that to plug in. They work with you. Sometimes they let you
Oh,
go
okay.
by. Yeah, true. And also it's true. Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
make
Oh, you mean
exceptions.
in a good way? I thought you
Yeah,
meant like.
in a good way. Yeah, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They don't own. Yeah, in a good way, but they
How
don't
long
take
my kids?
advantage. I want my kids to move out. And I don't want any hope. How many kids that you have, Sister Bonnie Rose? Yeah, you know what I mean. But but also but see, they don't take advantage of that. You know what I mean? They do have programs out here, like even like you're grown up. If you're on disability, they are certain. They're not going to put out there. There are certain programs that, like for instance, that you that to pay like even utility if you need certain resources that you definitely need that you got to plug in and stuff. They make the exception. Yes, they do. Yeah, but it depends who you know too, because they're not gonna put that information out. I'm telling y'all right now, they're not gonna put information
Oh, okay. Another thing, we was talking about before, the insurance. I don't know, Sheila, if that's correct or not. I'm not sure you're familiar. For a young man or a woman, can they start life insurance at 16, or what's the age for they can get their own life insurance? Do you know? I don't know. She probably stepped away.
No, she's here. She's still. Yeah, she gonna step away. Go ahead, Ice Turner. Oh, you want to get into it, Ice Turner, brother?
Yeah, I could tell you that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
He muted himself. I don't know
Mute
if you
yourself,
know.
go
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, but I'm working and stuff. But basically, you can get life insurance on the child 15 days after birth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, the insurance that Sheila was talking about earlier is like a lot of people know it as this. It's called like Aflac insurance because you will see the Aflac commercials of the duck running around and stuff falling out and almost barely missing them. They be like Aflac, it's basically like a workers' comp for you when you're not at your job. So if you get hurt off job, you're screwed. That type of insurance protects you outside of your work, And Sheila was right. She's talking about it. The depending on how much you pay, day one, you get hurt, they'll cut you a check. And it's confirmed from doctors and stuff, say, well, this person's gonna be out for 6 months. You automatically get it. You automatically get the pay. Same thing referring to if they got like a elderly care insurance to where when you get older, let's say you never get married or you never have no one to take care of you. It's like a benefit insurance that pays for your expenses, living arrangements and stuff. So technically a lot of communities in some degree, they have to where they send in $3,000 condos and stuff like that. And they have a 24-hour nurse in the building for a lot of elderly people that, to a degree. This lady, I know I used to do this personal care, transportation, non-emergency, and I used to pick this lady up for dialysis. And she was staying up in the high rise up in this area called Buckhead in Atlanta. So real prestigious and stuff. And she was in there, and I think she was like, it was $2,500 a month. They had 24-hour nurses. They would bring you your mail directly to your door, check on you, have, people come sit with you and talk if you lonely. That was consistent of the building. And she said she had a good job and all those years of saving and benefits. She's like, yeah, I grew up in the hood my whole life. Even when I was an adult, I stayed in raggedy apartments and, didn't really have nothing, but I had a good job. So with retired benefits, this is what I use my money for instead of buying me a house, buying me a real nice car. She said, I just took this and put it towards this, and seeing the point that she had dialysis, illness, they paid for that as well.
Yeah.
And let me say something real quick because I'm about to probably go back on mute. Even with the whole thing, like I teach my kids. One weekend I actually took my check, showed my son how much money I made on my check, went to the bank, deposited, showed them the deposit amount in that account. I said, all right, let's go through the bills. I paid the utilities, paid the cell phone, went grocery shopping, and I was like, look how much money we got left. And he's like, dang, that ain't a lot. I said, so when you want toys, that toy money has to come out of this, and the gas, I put gas in the truck, that came out of this too. I say, so you have to budget yourself to go to the next week. I say, now I could have easily spent less money, but I want you to show how everything gets so close, even though I had another account with money in the savings and stuff, but still just showing him from just put deposit in that check. And I think I had like $20 or $30 in there. So when he seen that 20, 30 plus the money I put in there to show him like, this is when I'm coming from nothing to putting the money in and barely tipping the scale and going back to the same. So that's why I showed him, this is how you budget. There's a bill that I could have paid or didn't pay this week. They would have never cut it off, but I could have paid it next week when I got paid. And I showed them, this is what I get paid weekly. This is how you have to budget according to the month. There's sometimes the budget might get, like skewed because just random stuff happens. But the point of it is showing them a budget, even with finance. But I want you to drop your channel too, man, because I would like to subscribe to you, man. You talking some good stuff. I see you through our little channels every now and then. I always see you on Underrated's channel.
Yeah. Let me see. I
Oh,
think I'm starting.
thank you. I was talking about, appreciate it. I try to, it's like, I try to be like the person behind the narrator. Like they say, oh, I don't agree, and I give like reasons of why I would agree or why I wouldn't agree with it. And it's like the instance I gave an example when he first came on, like the movie Stepdad and Show a Black Man. I think people took that the wrong way. So I gave an insight of one of my posts, like raising a family, being unmarried, and show different statistic that people talk about on these spaces. And they always arguing, but nobody never showed the statistics from 1960 to 2021. What made it change, or why is it not so bad to be called a stepdad? If we looked at it negatively, I think that's my take. I think not that being a stepdad, because if we look at it, I got male cousins and I got a nephew. They dad if they couldn't be around, I was kind of a stepdad. I was their uncle. I was their cousin, their older cousin. So, and that's the way I drove it in that direction, so people can understand where I'm coming from. So I try to keep it in that positive way, so people don't say, "Oh, that sounds negative." I was like, "No, I know what they mean, but again, we can talk about us in that positive light, and people say, "Oh, never thought about it that way." And that's all I try to do. I never thought about it that way. Let me give them a different spin to it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yo, Ice Turner Senior, you still there, bro?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And just just soaking up. You know what I'm saying, the information.
Okay. Yeah, I want you to get into that too. I want you to get you talking. So, what I'm gonna do, brother, see, I'm gonna start dropping some links. I hope. If I can't get the link, y'all, I need your help. So, boy. What is why people?
You want me to help with the links, putting down the people links?
No, I can get that. It just says some links that this will not pop or will not come up and stuff like that. Yes, so
Yeah, when you're on StreamYard, for some reason, like everything runs slow. I don't know, that happens to me.
So yeah, but and also too, men. Let me tell you, the ones that men, especially on this big men, single, married, or disability, or whatever it is. Also, when you have health insurance, check out that they had, because they do have visits, right? That you can use transportation. Sometimes they have like 9 or 10 and even 12. And so check that out, because sometimes you can get a free ride there and a free ride back. And yet I'm gonna tell you, your health insurance does cover it. So you have a car, stuff like that, and if your wife tried with you, let them know. If somebody tried with you, let them know it's your wife or whatever it is and stuff like that. That comes in the picture too. So they're not gonna tell you that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what I was pertaining to about that lady. That's what I used to do. I used to do non-emergency transportation where I pick people up, take them to their doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I used to run a company like that back in the day. And a lot of people don't know, they not privy to it because the insurance won't, pretty much open up and talk about it. It's an option when, if they can't get you the coverage, then they can't claim that stuff or use it on these medical forms. So they have to let people know, because that it benefits them for you to know this stuff. Now, in certain cases, they don't open up about it, but it's a benefit, because if you get to the appointment, then they can, run through, make sure you have your payments, because if you're not going to the doctor and it's not working for you, ultimately you're going to stop paying, even if you have Medicare or Medicaid, to a degree. That benefits and stuff still comes from the government. So those funds are allocated for that. And a lot of people don't know. So that's why I say in the space, I'm cool about us having these talks and, laughing and joking, but we still need to give some of the message to let people know, to do better and be better in life. That's why I always pump up Alonzo Hall with that life insurance, man. like I say, I got a policy for my boys through him. You know, I'm working on a policy now to get $1 million coverage. You know, because I have 3 policies already for myself, but I'm trying to total $1 million, which I know I can with my universal life insurance because it goes off the market, and I get, you know, like one big thing about the life insurance, you can get monthly returns on your life insurance versus yearly like a bank. So a lot of the rich would get a policy and just put money in there as a savings fund. Like Sheila was saying about her daughter, she could take the whole thing out at one time, or she can sit there, because if you take it out at one time, you get penalized for it. But you can also borrow off of it. So you're technically being your own bank. And a lot of people don't know this because, like I say, we don't have the conversations to let each other know that this life insurance is a benefit to help you this way versus is using it as death insurance. Everybody looks at life insurance as a death insurance. They're only going to pay for stuff when you die. No, this is what it is, life insurance. It helps you to where you can borrow money off of it, make yourself be the bank, you know, in times of need. And I mean, just overall, you can buy a house with your life insurance by using the funds that are in there as collateral towards that house, where you don't even have to really put no money down. It's stipulations behind that, but people don't know. Like, what was the guy running for president? Mitt Romney. Dude had over $20 million in life insurance, and they questioned him that when he was running for presidency. He was like, why is that an issue? Because a lot of the rich are hiding the money in life insurance because you don't have to pay taxes on it. And then you can always borrow the money and pay yourself back. I mean, the interest and the money that you're paying back is for you. So it benefits you versus going to a bank, paying them the interest, and, you know, never seeing that money on the interest, none of that stuff. See, like I said, the conversation, it starts to get more interesting when you start learning more about it and you actually put it into action and doing the work.
Which part do you borrow money from yourself? Is it a certain part?
Well, you have 3 types of life insurance. You have universal life, which is the best. Whole life and universal life basically are the same thing. Then term life is just, you know, like I said, you pay on a term limit, and that's the type of policy you can't borrow on. And it's basically more along the lines of a death policy, to where you can't touch that money until you die. You know, and if you don't die, you'll just get the money that you put into the policy, and that's it. So say you have
I got hold. So you was like borrow. So I can't borrow from that one because I didn't. I'll have to look that up. See it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can borrow from a whole life. See, but the thing is, you got to build up money over time. Because like my policy, I had one of my policies now for 3 years, and I can borrow up to $1,000. But I have, I think, about close to 4,000 or so in that policy. And the crazy part is, I got it at $100,000 policy, but in the last 3 years I made 15,000 on that policy, so now it's at 115,000.
Okay,
you know, and see with that, I got 1,000 I can borrow out of the 4,000 I put in. But technically speaking, why would I just want to borrow 1,000 when I can let it sit in there, get the interest, and borrow more?
Right.
You know, and I don't need the money right now. So what's it to me to try to go into something when I don't need it? Because when times get hard and I really do need it, it'll be there. You know,
and there's no penalty.
I have a question after y'all get finished. I'm gonna ask you a question because I'm back into case management, so I have to ask you a question.
Okay. Yeah, it's no penalty on borrowing it. You're paying interest on the money that you borrow from yourself. So technically, if you borrow $1,000 out of the policy, you're gonna have to pay the interest back on that policy. But like I said, you're paying yourself, so it's no problem. Only penalty you have is when you close out the policy. Then you have to. It's just like getting out your 401k. If you take out your 401k too early, you get penalized for it. Same thing.
Okay. Got you. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, or every time you borrow from it too, we get penalized because I borrowed from mine like twice. You get you got to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, the interest.
Now you gotta explain to people too. Now, being the virus and everything, a lot of people didn't have insurance. They run around now. They want insurance. Now they got the insurance. They ain't paying nobody nothing until 2 years later. Explain that to them, cause now everybody want to run and get life insurance now.
Well, the crazy part about that is it's I want to say they have it's a wording that they use, and basically, if you don't have the life insurance for a minimum, depending most policies won't kick into effect till 2 years. Because if you have any pre-existing illness within that 2 years, 9 times out of 10, it typically shows within that time frame. Because without getting a health insurance, without getting a health screening, depending on the policy you get, they screen you according to your health, everything. So if you lie, say, well, I'm in perfect health, I don't smoke, I don't drink, everything that you got to check up prior to that, they know. So when you lie, it just makes it harder for you to get that policy and get approved. For people that say, well, I don't drink this and that, I don't smoke, they will technically deny your policy. If you pass and those are one of the illness, they will deny your policy. And even with this whole virus thing is up, this is like I'm trying to figure out the wording that they use for it. Not like a national disaster, but some type of something occurring thing to where they won't they subject not to pay out. Because this is like I can't think of the word that they use for it. But basically it's like
consider a crisis or something.
Yeah, something like a crisis. They're not going to be on the hook for something like that to where everybody, it happens to everybody. So if it's something to where a virus like a plague or something swoops, that's not an everyday thing. That's why most people with the natural causes and, just randomly accidents, they typically pay out like that. Even with an accident to where a whole bunch of people might have passed on a train or something, to the point where you have a virus or something that takes over communities and stuff like that, it's a hard fight for that, and especially because most of them, they're just like car insurance. They don't expect everybody to come and pull out at one time for their policies. They make money off of the money being in there. That's what you pay car insurance for. What ifs? If there's no what if, then technically the company is winning.
Right.
I like how you explain that too. And then also, I always encourage a lot of people who have used cars, because a lot of people don't like making car payments. They like paying cash for their cars. And I always tell them, take out that extra insurance policy that anything go wrong with your car, they will pay for it. You're going to pay $70 or $80 a month. But if something happened to your car, like your starter, your engine, or anything, not everyday wear and tear, that I think that policy also to have if you have a used vehicle. Could you explain that to them, Steve?
Yeah, that's warranty. That's the same thing with your home. You got that same policy as well. Extended warranties for vehicles are real good. I had a vehicle, my transmission went out. They put a whole new transmission in there. I just had to pay a deductible. Same thing with a motor I had, paid the deductible. That's all I paid out of pocket was the deductible versus paying $5,000 for a brand new, motor or transmission. I just paid the deductible. Same thing with your home. You can get a warranty, like I use Home Shield, but not just promoting them, but they have other companies as well. My AC went out, and I think it was a total of probably $2,900 or something to install, do all what they had to do as far as my AC and my heat. They took care of that. There was an issue with my roof. It was through my homeowner's insurance, but I ended up getting a new roof on my house. And all this stuff happened within the first 3 years of me owning the house. Had a AC went out, roof, damages, leaking and stuff like that. All that got taken care of through the warranties and stuff that I had already set in place. See, a lot of people, you paying that little $100 here, it might be a lot now, but over time it counts when it really needs. Instead of you paying one large sum at one time, it really do count. And a lot of people, that's why I say, we're talking about buying houses. A lot of people don't know that you can go FHA and only put down, 6-7%. I think it's 7% on a house. 3.5 with the closing. Most people don't know that banks are offering programs to where all you have to do is just bring closing to the table, paying for your closing, and in some cases, you can get the person that you're buying the house from to pay the closing if they're motivated to get rid of the house. So a lot of people don't know that, and getting a good real estate agent is the key, because they, like, when I was dealing the process in my house, they were saying that I would have had to pay a high interest rate, which I didn't understand because I had decent credit and it was along the guidelines. But the whole thing, if you don't know that these companies make money off of you buying houses with the sum of $10,000, might be an extra, $100 on your mortgage, which if you refinance is beneficial for you. But if you don't know, you're paying all that extra money for nothing. But you can buy down your rate, and you can talk to them about. A lot of people don't know that when they give you a 4.8, 5% on the interest, you could say, well, that's kind of too high. Well, is there something I could do? And if they say no or anything, a good agent will tell you you can buy it down. Talk to them about that. See, that's the things that we don't talk about, because we having fun and joking them, but when it comes down to the money, let's get serious about that. And I always shout out to Underrated, because he always talks about people being disabled and talking about them, helping them out, getting them solutions and giving things that help them in a way to where they can still move around and function, because we always forget about the family members that, either nobody's around as much and don't help out. That's a big part, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. And then, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about money, but y'all keep on going. Keep on going, talking about the money and the finance and stuff like that. But I do know, I know some stuff and everything. And everything, Brother C, everything Brother C, Sheila's talk about, even Brother Thought. We gotta get serious, man. I'm telling you, because the outside media, they're not going to give you the information that you're hearing right now. They not. So let's keep on going and talk about that. Yeah, man.
And another thing I want to say too, that and this I had to learn that buying a house, because I'm the type, like every 4 or 5 years I'm getting a new house, whatever. And now I'm back in New York, something smaller, simple. And then I'm going to go back to the country. I'm looking for something with land, not so much luxury. I'm looking for something with land. Going back to my roots, where my family land at, and build on that. Because now they're talking about eventually you're going to be shortage in the food and all that. I think us as people, Black people, should start generation wealth. Some of us wasn't blessed, like my family had 50 acres, whatever. You need to start with yourself. Get that land, for it could be generation wealth for your kids. So if they could build their house on that, and also you could grow your own vegetables, plant your own trees and stuff like that. This is the new wave coming for me and my family. We going back old school, back to our roots on our family land, and just, later for all the house, but 300, 400,000, whatever. I'm going back to basic and just gonna build on my family land, which I think we should look at land. What you think about that, She? Ice.
Yeah. The thing about that is, and it's real big that we talk about that, about land, because nobody's making no more land. I mean, we can question that and laugh the way Dubai is making those country lands and out in the water. But the point is, people worried about the housing bubble and all that stuff. And everybody, I hear them talk about it being so scared. But I'm like, if you got land and property, you're good. Long as you got the ability to pay and keep that up, you good. Even with renters, a lot of people are scarce about the renters renting their property. Everybody gotta have somewhere to stay. So that's like the biggest thing. You gotta have somewhere to stay. Even with land, you can build like tiny houses, put trailers on there, rent those trailers out, and help pay for that land. So when it comes down to it, a lot of people just gotta understand with far as land, even with growing crops and stuff, growing your own food, going back to the basics, because that's what we're steering away from. You know, communities and us bonding and working with each other. That's the biggest thing. You know, and a lot of people giving up grandma's house and land because it ain't worth nothing now. But that's gonna be the only commodity that we can live off on. Because when, let's say, if anything happens to the dollar, you still backed by land.
Mhm.
You know.
And it's so funny you said that, she, because my family, they were so smart. What they did, we got churches, we got funeral homes, and my aunt, what she did was a couple of her acres that she had them build a highway on her, lease it. So she dead and gone, but her kids and her grandkids still getting money off the town for that highway on her land.
And also let me put this in too. I find this out too. When you have somebody's on disability, like if you're a caretaker or you take care for that take care of that person, you know, also you can get some good deal off of a property that you have too. Because they take it like that you take care of a sick person, so and the well being and stuff. So check out through the health insurance and also if you have property. So if you like again, let me state this again. If you know any, if you take care of any family member that is on disability, they're going to check it out and everything. Trust and believe they're gonna give you a package deal that to help you to sustain the property or if you have a house or even especially like if you rent a house too.
I just want to say I just described the GA girl, and
Yeah.
somebody else I did, yeah, and Bonnie, yeah. But I just want to say, yeah, because I really looking into my grandmother, my great grandfather
Mhm.
house he built where my grandma was born at is still there, and I think I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna redo that, and it's way in the country, but I think I'm gonna do that. And some of the land they had like she did, my family had rented out and did mobile homes for people there, and module homes they call them because they look just like houses or whatever. So like we have a whole town, and I discussed it with my kids because and my daughter like, Mom, you really thinking about it? I say, yeah, because you look at it. They're talking about shortage and everything going on. And I think that's the best way for me and raise my grandson. And I was telling his father and my daughter that that's the way we should just go back to old school, you know. And,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's what I've been doing last, 2 years. I've been looking at West Virginia. But I said I'm gonna just go ahead and go back on my family land because West Virginia, a lot of people don't know. West Virginia have a lot of land, but it's not high hills, cheap houses. West Virginia cheap and Ohio is cheap. And these the houses I'm saying cheap for me because I'm paying cash. I'm not looking at no mortgage.
Yeah.
To me, anything like 90,000 cash is cheap for me. That you don't have to, pay a mortgage for. So I'm just saying that for me, I think that's cheap. And we sometimes we just need to look at have a bigger vision that when you do have land, there's a lot of stuff you could do on that land. Like even if you have 10 acres, there's not a store close by a Walmart. You could lease a couple of acres out to Walmart or a grocery store, something like that. You know, so I think we need to really stop thinking outside the box and be more creative. Like a lot of us black people, we don't have old money. And like she said, we leave our house to our kids, then they don't want it. It's old. They want the brand new house instead of them refurnishing it, rebuilding it, and stuff like that. That's the mindset we have to think of, because it's not about money, really. It's about credit now. Everybody think people have a lot. No, they don't have money. It's credit. Because you have good credit, you ain't got to spend no money.
That's true.
So we need to start really think about different things. I'm on mute.
Yeah, and also, Brother Sheed, if you're here, I want you to get into this too. Also, there in our community, I know that the price has been going up throughout the years. The last few decades, I said about 40 years of the property is going up and everything. And but also check out these abandoned buildings, abandoned property. You'd be surprised that you can get a nice little, you could buy that and you could flip that too. You probably have to go through the city or a private real estater or public estater. But those are properties that we need to check out too. Because I was looking at a property right around the corner where I live at. And it's been there ever since I've been living there. I've been living out here, been living in the neighborhood for 9 years. So I'll talk to somebody about it and stuff like that. So after New Year's, I'm gonna see what's up. You know what I mean?
So rebuke me. Y'all correct me if y'all think I'm wrong. And this just me. Because I had to tell my daughter she wanted to invest because she's not an inner city child. Either one of my kids. I didn't raise them in the inner city. But they got this mindset that she buy a building and she could rent it out and fix it up or whatever. And I was telling her that I don't think that's a wise thing to buy a building, refurnished building, put all this money in it for inner city. Because this just me. They've been building inner city for so long that when it did that urban renewal, it's set blacks back so much. They still haven't really came back to that. So I just advise nobody really invest. That's not making money investing in property in the inner city. Do anybody disagree with me on the panel?
No, not at all.
I said for me, I'm going to check it out. And maybe I could jump, because I'm thinking about if that's not available, and then because some people do like this. They go get the property, somebody buy it off for them, and they get a nice little penny on that, and you can take that money and buy something else.
I see what you're saying.
Well, yeah, that's like wholesale deal where you'll sit there and wholesaling, where you buy low, sell high, like stock and stuff. So basically with properties and stuff like that, if you renovate it and you can get an appraisal come out and appraise it more than what you paid for it, and when you sell it, that's all the equity you get out of it. You got people, they'll come in a community, slap about 10,000 into a property and get an extra 50, 60,000 out. Now that's not always the case, but according to the area in which you buy it, you buy it for cheap, put that little money in there, it can go a long way. I mean, just like you was talking about with your daughter buying that building, you got to look at it. In the inner city, that's where people are buying homes. Nobody wants to move out to the country So that's where it's more beneficial for a lot of those people to have that outcome like that in the outskirts.
Yeah. And then so them, as you know, as I'm talking about Virginia, but there'll be other parts in the country, there are quite a few people that buying houses, right? And they connected. And then instead of like, you know, have people to sell to the people, sometimes they get Section 8 and had them to get them a house and everything. They lease it to, and then Section 8 pay them and stuff like that too. That's still going on too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you right. That's what she was saying, and renting out to people who less the fortune and them live good and everything. I was saying her, and she, I mean, real good. She was talking some good stuff or whatever. But then when she found out that she would even, because she in Indiana, she would even make more money in the outskirts than the inner city.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because now you got because she was talking about coming to New York. Now she in Indiana. Now what they're doing is the apartments development is in competition with the homes. Have y'all noticed that you can live in an apartment development? They got the gym. They got the swimming pool, they got the tennis court, they got everything you need right there in their little gated community. Then competition, they've been in competition like that for now, like for a decade against the home. So now if you get like a condominium or a townhouse and to rent them out, that's where the money is really at now. Instead of going to the inner city and buying no buildings. Because for that one townhouse or whatever, somebody paid $2,500 a month.
Yeah. Grant Cardone always talks about that. It's money in multifamily properties than single family. That's one of the big things. I'm looking at something right now to where like I'm actually working on it 4 townhouses right now, and what I found out that you can still go FHA anything that's under 4 units. With the 3% closing, 6 to 7% on the down payment. Of course, you got the PMI insurance because you ain't putting down 20%, but still, that's still a good deal. And you can buy 4 units and rent 3 and stay in 1. The other 3 will be paying for everything with extra money on the side.
Right.
And it's so funny you said that she said she's gonna do. Go ahead, underrated.
No, I'm saying that I think especially in this pandemic time right now, that's the best way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if you want immediate income, I think that's the best way. Everybody wins.
And she think like her dad because now she had gotten a car accident. She totaled her car. Somebody hit her, totaled her car. This the one, a truck driver. She got her own trucking business stuff. And she said to me today, she said, "Oh, Mom, I'm buying a van." I said, "A van?" I said, "What 24-year-old gonna buy a van? You don't have no kids. You have a dog." And she's like, "Cause I'm not a average 24 years old." I didn't know that the van, she said, "Look, a lot of people don't know the van's cheaper with maintenance, gas." And she said, and you look at the cars, the vans is cheaper than the cars. And she would tell me a lot of stuff. This girl, she's doing her homework. I was like, wow. And she said, and I'm paying cash for it.
Yeah.
So when the last time y'all looked for a car? Because I haven't looked for no car or nothing. So I didn't know the vans is going cheaper now than the car. Underrated.
Well, it all depends on what type of van you get. Like,
Right. That's what it is. Right.
more or less. I mean, vans are always cheaper because to an extent they family. Now you got the luxury ones that just like cars with lane assist, monitors, TVs, and all that. Because I had actually a van when I used to do my transportation. I used the same van and for my business. And when I ended up, getting rid of the business, I just kept the van and clean it out, detail it, of course, but it was real optional, fit the seats fold down into the floor and all that. And I used to haul stuff in it, move stuff around, and it was real functional. And then not to mention, you can transport, deliver stuff in there. It's real optional. And then with her having a dog, that's good because she can let the seats down, let the dog run around in the back,
Wait, and that's what she was saying, because Mom Gray moved on getting my house built soon. So I was saying, instead of, because they got a couple of cars, instead of, we got the pickup, I get a van, then we still got our other cars. So I was looking at that as, more like a good storage, the storage of stuff, instead of getting a little U-Haul, whatever, when you're moving. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how you use it, it's a lot of functionality with it. With me, I stay buying trucks because I can make money with my truck. Move people, pick up, deliver furniture, stuff. I do that all the time. That's one of my little side hustles I do, and I learned that from dealing around. I used to hang around nothing but older gentlemen, and that's what they told me. They was like, man, a truck is money. If you ain't got a truck, and you ain't doing nothing with that truck. Like I see guys, they go get these trucks, trick them out, put big rims on them, mufflers, put lift kits on them. They're used with the purpose of making money. Like, why are you tricking out this truck to be a show truck and you spending all this money and ain't really getting your worth out of it? I can understand you can have a nice show truck still, but the point of it is get your money's worth out of that truck. That's one of my biggest things I always talk about with having vehicles. Even my always thing I tell my wife, I said cars are cool, but I typically look at the way police and government companies and all, they most deal with trucks and SUVs and certain cars. And I say those things are built to last on a premise. If the government is using it, they need something that's reliable. So they're going to pick the best reliable thing. Even though Toyotas last a long time, you don't see too many government officials running Toyotas. Basically because it's a foreign car probably, but still, a lot of the, cars that are built to last, typically like those Impalas and stuff now, that's why a lot of police have them. The Camaros, and not Camaros, but Chargers now, things that they can actually use over time, and as long as the maintenance and everything is kept up on those cars, they run pretty good, as long as you're not dogging them out, but still.
And it's so funny you said that, because that's why I said that's my next one. I'm gonna get me a pickup truck because I'm tired. Like when you go to the especially when you have your own home and you go different places, Home Depot and stuff like that, and you see a lot of stuff you need, you just put it right on your pickup truck instead of you gotta call a family member. Oh, can I use your pickup truck or such and such? And I said that's why I'm investing me in a pickup truck.
Yeah. You can get one cash. Like all my trucks and stuff, most of my cars, I buy cash. I don't I get car notes for my wife, just for the reassurance that nothing won't happen while she's on the road. But I still do used cars versus buying new because I don't foresee myself paying all that money in insurance and monthly for her car. And to me, it's nonsense to buy a new car because it's going to break down. Even within the first 3 years, most new cars typically, start having issues after 3 years.
And also, too, I don't know how people feel about this. I know when my father was living, right? Excuse me. Used to be city options and federal. And he used to go to places, you get a nice used car that sometimes drug dealer have, cop have. All you need to do is if you get a reliable that person that fix cars, have them go check it out. Sometimes you save money. And I've been a few in my lifetime. They walk out, they had to check them out. and everything. They pay like sometimes like a nice van or SUV. I know I wouldn't one of my people I grew up with. He got him a nice. This back in the night, he got a nice SUV. He made this guy check it out. Anything he said, oh, you just need like oil change and change that. He said, how much that? He says, give me $200, Joe. But all today he paid less than $20,000, running well too. So y'all do your due diligence and do that. I don't know I know they still do it in New York once in a while, but I know other parts of the in the country they do that. Federal options of cars, stuff like that. But that's something to look at too.
You know, a lot of those cars like that come from title pond places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Yeah. And then you just put a little money in it. There you go. Got. Sometimes you get a brand new car. Yeah, you go fix it up. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with it. Put a little gas in it. Sometimes you drive it out like within a few hours. Cause like they were saying, like Brother was saying, it's true. Too. Y'all saying they don't make cars that they used to. So brand new car, they gonna break down within that 4 years.
For mine, I'm gonna be honest, I had got mine 2017. I got it 2016. It's been pretty good. I have for 5 years now, and I got the warranty, 7-year warranty on it, and they haven't. I had no problem with it.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's what I'm saying.
But you know what, too, underrated, and my car is low mileage too.
Yeah.
I don't even have 45,000 miles on my car.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
that's why the maintenance is so good. You know, the wear and tear driving on that car, that's what typically wears out the car and you start having the issue. You know, if you don't drive your car as much, you keeping the life of your car. As long as you keep the oil change, and you know, because I think you got it like the Mercedes, those oil changes like yearly.
Yes.
But you know, that's a good thing. You keep the maintenance up on it. You don't have to worry. My wife was working with a coworker, and her husband had like I think a 80, I want to say 89 or something 4Runner. That guy had like 800,000 miles on his car. Never changed the motor or transmission. He changed, you know, alternators, different other stuff. Motor transmission still work because he'd always take it to the dealer, or he hears something clinking, he would always get it checked out. A lot of people don't do that, you know, ride till the wheels fall off, especially with a budget if you don't have the money.
And you're right. She is how you take care of the car too. Like mine's get maintenance every year, whatever, and they do everything. Check all my oils and everything. I make sure I keep my brakes up, my rotors, my tires, everything like that. And like I said, it's how I don't care what kind of car you buy, because this the best car, whatever. And I think I should stick with my Lexus, because just to me, I think Mercedes overrated. I love my Lexus. I'm a Lexus person, but I wanted something different. But at the end of the day, it's to me, a car is a car. It's how you maintain it, really, because they're all service purpose, just different style, different names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's what like I learned from my father. He said, "Yeah, you know." That's what he asked. Because he told me, when you look for a parking space, that take off mileage. I said, "Yeah, it does." So he said, "Keep the maintenance up and everything the best way you can. If you know you get a car, you have to put a lot into it. That's not the car to get." I said, "Wow, yeah." So everything what you're saying, that is true. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. How's your family doing? Sheila and Brother Sheed and the ones in the chat. How are your family doing?
My family is doing great, underrated, and we were just sitting here talking yesterday, me and my sisters, how our family is so blessed, because we get together, we celebrate every holiday or whatever, not knowing that pictures. One of my sisters, she take a lot of pictures, and my brother, he gone, passed away. He take a lot of pictures. Not knowing all those events and parties we've been given, that we're gonna look back each year and see somebody that passed away. Now, my girlfriend has celebrate Thanksgiving with us 2018. My family had ran out of hall, and I mean, all our family from everywhere came up to New York, and a lot of people we grew up with. And now, you know how many people passed away since 2018?
What? How many?
And I was just I started pushing out her pictures. I got a picture of her and my brother-in-law since 2018. Both of them in that picture, and they're not even here. And my cousin. So 3 people since 2018, and no pictures no longer with us. But I thank God for my family that we don't just celebrate when it's a funeral. We always celebrating for something. Like now, we having a surprise birthday party for my daughter next month. And I just want to say my family is great, you know, and I love them. I really do. You know, we ain't perfect, but we a loving family.
That's good. That's great to hear, brother Shade.
Yeah,
How's your
I mean,
family?
that's same with me. You know, wife is doing pretty good.
Good.
You know, she had a little issue with a surgery she had, but she overcame it and is doing pretty good. Kids can't complain about them. You know, kids are kids. They want money. They, you know, they growing. You know,
Right. Yeah. As you know, brother Sheila, I always ask how's the family doing because it's very important to give you encouragement to keep on doing it. And even the ones that are single like me and you know that's lonely at times, to hear inspiration from brother Sheila, sister Sheila, it helps to help us keep us going. So that's why on my channel I ask you how your family doing. It's not just a phrase. I've been doing it for a while. And even in the chat, how you and your family doing? Tell me how your family doing. This is what we got to do to reconnect.
how your niece is doing, man? I know since your brother passed, you know, you stepped up and reached out to them more.
To tell the truth, I haven't heard from her almost a month.
Huh.
I had reached out to her. I had reached out to the family members. I you know, how you know family had reached out to me. So I don't know what's going on. But I'm dealing with it. She is grown. But I can say this: there are some negative things that I feel that is happening that I need to get to the bottom of it. And part of it, I
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it. I don't have nothing to do with it. No, I had nothing to do with it. But I had to get in the part of it. I had to get to the bottom of it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But you know, I hope that she's doing fine. I called my other late brother's daughter. I reach out to her, my other niece. I have reached
Okay.
out to her. And I have not. I ain't getting no response back. But I can tell you that there are people in the background. They are saying negative things. And I know for me being part of the family, I'm part of it. And that's the best I can say about that.
Okay. Yeah, you know, my aunt always say, you know, people grown, so you gotta let grown people be grown.
Yep.
You know, when they come around, they come around. When they don't, okay, it is what it is.
And I still love them. That's never going to change. I still
Yeah.
love them. I still love them. So, you know, but you know, grown. My late mother always said, grown is grown. Remember that? She said,
Yeah.
grown is grown. I said, yeah, you're right. It's true. You're right. You know, so I'm You know, yeah, that's all I know. You'll see me with a smile on my face. I'm trying to do it again, but I'm suffering too. I just don't put it out there. But I'm here now, and that's why it's a bigger purpose. The part of it is my purpose to help people. That's why I'm trying to. I give myself and do whatever I can and help because I know what it is not being mentioned, not being noticed and stuff. I know what it's like that they pass you by. I know about stuff. I dealt with that and everything. That's what I'm doing, especially in space. You know, just acknowledge the ones that is doing good. That the rest of them refuse to do. This is part of it. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, brother. Like I told Sheila, as you know, I do the morning talk, so usually on Saturdays, and like I told Sheila and the rest of everybody, that I will be doing a little more morning real talk throughout the holidays, throughout the week. It's not going to be every day, but it's going to be at times that I'm going to chime it up, and I want y'all to come and speak because I know y'all going through things. So I'm going to take on the leadership of this. That I'm going to put it out there. I don't know. I'm probably going to do it maybe Thursday or Friday morning. Probably the same time, like 10 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock, that's at 10:35. So I'm gonna put the link out. That the ones I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna see. But if it gets crazy, I'm gonna ask you for your email. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm send a link to the email to the panel. But I'm gonna put it out there. So if people hear me, if you want somebody to talk to, you put it out there. Also, I still go do men's fellowship live on the mornings. I'm gonna do that. So, but this platform, I'm gonna push this out there a little more because I know this is the vulnerable time for people, for us, So be expected for that. Y'all got anything? You got something?
I just want to say it was a pleasure being on the panel. I'm gonna get off because I had to set up this interview with my niece because she do her natural stuff.
So give us last
It's always a pleasure being on your panel, and she is always a pleasure speaking with you or whatever. And I always support y'all be in the clouds and everybody in the chat, Bonnie and GA girl, y'all have a blessed day and like I said, keep on doing what y'all doing.
I
Each one.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless you. All right.
All right.
Bye, Sheila. You got a few more minutes, bro. So you gotta go. Let me know. I could close this out.
I could ride with you for a little bit longer.
All right, we ride a little bit longer. Now the link is in the chat. Did I put the link in the chat? I don't think I did, but I'll put the link in the chat. So anybody that wants to join the panel. Oh, that's not it. No, but if anybody that wants, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Yeah, brother, tell people about your channel before we continue, man. Tell people about your channel, please.
But like I said, I'm revamping my channel. Gender war topics and us as men and women, we hear that a lot. I want to focus more on trying to educate on money and finance. I mean, of course, we're gonna have the topic where we have to talk and have the discussion, but I always push not making it as an emphasis as that's the one all to be all on the panel, because just like now we're just talking in good faith with each other. And that tends to, cut down on the fighting and the arguing, and all that, because we're focused on just elevating each other as far as people, not being, gender specific. Men do this, women do this. It's focused on everybody.
You're breaking up bad, brother. You're balling bad.
Yeah, I got a call coming in.
Okay.
I'm all right.
Yeah. So hold on for 1 second. What's up with this? Oh boy, these people. Okay. Okay. Hit this. I'm doing this as a session, y'all. I usually don't put the link out there. So anybody that wants to join, feel free to join. Yeah, but that's basically it's gonna be. We're gonna talk about different things to encourage each other. Any information that we have, be good with that. Help each other out the best way you can. Anybody still here? Press 1. Anybody is still here? Press 1. And everybody in the chat, I already post your I post your channels in the chat. So I want you to go support each other. And everybody, I want you to support each other in the chat. Even the ones that is not here, that I'm good with, they also channels in the chat. I want you to go check those. I want you to participate in those too. They say, who are you from? And you came for the #1 grinder. All right, Bonnie Rose is still here. So unknown, he said already dog. Let's do his secondary channel, the #1 grinder, real talk. Yeah, so it's very important that we gotta have these conversations. You can disagree and still function, right? It can happen. So I showed what I did this past weekend. It's not just I've been doing that. I just don't want to put certain things out there. So I know it's gonna be some people, would you put some more? Nah, it's gonna be sometimes I want to take my walk, I'm not gonna post. And sometimes that I'm checking around the community, I'm not gonna post. Because at the end of the day, I gotta protect myself. So they're just showing you some things that things could get done. And it could be little, but something. You started from somewhere. And that's what quite a few people in this space, they fail to understand that. So, yeah, so I'm going to give a few minutes. So, if she don't come back, I'm going to close this out. I might do the underrated afternoon talk. I don't know. But if I'm going to do it, it's going to be around, I said, about 3:30, 3:35 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time. If I'm going to do it, because I got to give me a little rest. And then at that also, it's going to be man or women could join the panel. And it could be a continuation of what we talk about. We talk about everything. We can have fun too. So I'm looking forward for that. Okay. Again, anybody that wants to donate, my Cash App is $capital JT 53000 or PayPal.me/OnCashJT Black 53. So I'm saying thank you for keep on be the person that you are, Bonnie Rose. I never thought you had kids that old. Wow. That's a blessing though. And plus they're successful, that's a blessing. So shout out to you and your family. That's a blessing. And I love your graphics though. I was letting you know, I love your graphics. Y'all should hear, she has some soothing music. Oh God, man, it's beautiful. She had couples dancing. Then she had this lady. Oh, she looked good. She had like wavy hair. Yo, man, I told me she had wavy hair. Oh, nice shape. Oh man, you looked at us and wow. Yeah. So very, very easy on the eyes too, brothers. Yeah. I know it's animated up there, but it's a beautiful. So Barney Rose got a beautiful channel. You need to check it out and participate. And we need a support channel like that. We need to support Sheila's Quiet Storm too. We need to support This Beach is Better. We need to support that. Okay, we need to support Georgia, GA Girl. We need to support that. We need to support Mahogany. We need to support that. The Crimson Cure. We need to support that. Mm. That's what we do. We need support. And then, brothers, you got brother Go Professor, fourth quarter talk, Big Duke. Talk about nutrition and fitness. We talk about Brother She talks about money. We need to support that. Support me. My channel is the Underrated Darkness. That's still in function. But I gotta email. I gotta get a password. I gotta get that fixed. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bonnie Rose. I'm gonna close it out. All right. So, but this is my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. Support that. Let's get them subs up. Like I said, my channel is the Underrated Darkness. You hear me? Hit me. Transfer some of them subs over here. Don't worry about it. I will bring that channel back. The channel will come back soon. It will. But right now, just let's build this up too. Okay. Anytime. Thank you. So, support She Stay Sleep. Support Bruce Goes. Bruce Goes. Let me see. I can pull him up. I think I can pull his up and everything. He just started his channel. He talks about boxing. He talks about boxing. He talks about music. Very good brother. Good brother. You need to support that. So get this off. Uh-huh. But the people I mentioned so far, these are the ones we gotta support. Hold on, I'm trying to look for something. Oh, hold on, y'all. Trying to find something. Where is this at? Okay. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm getting ready to close this out. I'm just gonna share this. Share this. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Yep. We'll share this out. Then I'm gonna close this out. There goes channel right there. Want you go check that channel out? You like music? You like boxing? That's channel you go. Man, he talk about. He talk about different things. He's the nutritionist guru. That's the one. Be with Fourth Quarter Talk, brother Duke. That he usually be on there. So they talk about different stuff. Talk about nutrition, and he break things down too. So that's channel we need to check out too. Bruce Goes channel. Well, it seems like nobody is not going to come back. I want to thank you for hanging around, Barney Rose. Thank you. On behalf of my channel, my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. I want to thank everybody in the chat and on the panel. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, if I'm going to do the underrated afternoon talk, that's going to be between... I said between maybe 3:35 or 4:35. Between that, I think. Okay. Don't quote me on that, but if I am, you see me. I put like you see. If you see me, it probably be something else I do, but you never know. But thank y'all so much. Anybody that is traveling to the destination or home, if you're single, family members, friends or associates, etc. Be careful because the climate out there is real. We don't want nothing to happen to you. We want all y'all to be in peace. All right? Be safe. Again, on behalf of my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. Again, anybody of my main channel, the Underrated Doctors, if you hear me, please go subscribe to my secondary channel. That is the number one grinder, Real Talk, the number one grinder, Real Talk. That'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, y'all, this one is Ghost. Good afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed.